Well, good afternoon. On today's episode of Kitchen Catastrophes with Melissa, I'll be making pesto. It's something that we never really had growing up. I think the first time I ever actually had pesto was a time I was babysitting, and it was something that was already prepared, and all I had to do was like heat it, and we ate it and thought it was pretty good. So this recipe recommendation came from a colleague at work, so we're going to give it a try. Already I do have water prepping to boil because I'm going to put this on some noodles. I'm trying something new. These are chickpea noodles. I've never had chickpea noodles before, but sounded interesting, so why not? They're made with chickpeas and lentils only. Those are the only ingredients. It's organic chickpea flour, organic yellow lentil flour, and organic red lentil flour. So that should be an interesting thing to try. Also, the recipe did call for toasted pine. The ones I bought from the store weren't toasted, so I did already toast those, as you see. I hope I toasted them properly. We'll find out. Let's begin. We start by using a food processor. Now, in reading the directions, it sounds like they expect you that you have like an electric food processor, and I have this little hand pumpy dude thing, so there's some things I have to do a little differently. I think it'll still work. It just won't work quite the same, but that's okay. So I start off by putting in the toasted pine nuts and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So let's juice this here lemon. Here, lemon juice, in it goes. Supposed to put in a small, the next ingredient to go in is a small clove of garlic. This one's not so small, but I really like garlic, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Keep the vampires away. And then it's the salt and pepper, which I'm just gonna eyeball it. Might be a mistake, but it's the kind of thing, if you go light in the beginning, I can always add more, right? So I'm not gonna worry about that. So now I get to process this. So that is what it looks like so far. And now, oh, that smells good. Okay, to that I'm supposed to add 2 cups of basil. So I don't know if this is 2 cups. I'm gonna guesstimate that this is 2-ish. And that is now where we are in the process. Next thing is to add the olive oil. And now the olive oil is supposed to be added a little bit at a time while the processor is going, but that doesn't quite work with the processor I have, so I'm just going to add a little, do the thing, add a little, do the thing, and we'll see how it goes from there. So here's a little. Here. Now, a friend of mine said I should do the thing where transitions are like I snap my fingers and it transitions or something. I don't know. We'll give it a try. Here we go. And with the olive oil completely blended in, here's where we are now. Now, as I look at this, I think to myself that when I've had pesto before, it's definitely seemed a lot greener than this. I don't know, maybe I toasted the pine nuts too much or something. I don't know. But I'm going to add one last ingredient, and this was something that was listed as an optional ingredient, but I've always been curious about it whenever I've seen it listed somewhere, so we're gonna try, and that is capers. Those little things. I have to admit that for many years I thought capers were some kind of like seafood thing. I don't know why, it sounds like seafood, but it's not, it's plant. So we're gonna put a little bit, I think it's supposed to make it taste more briny or something. I don't even know what briny is supposed to taste like, although I know you use brine when you pickle things. It doesn't really smell like pickles, but we'll put it in and we'll see what we think. So we're gonna add them. We're just doing about 2 teaspoons. And mix that in. And our noodles are getting close to done. So we will be back with finished product in just a little bit. All right, time for the taste test. First, I think it's important, since I've not had the chickpea pasta before, just to taste test that to see how it compares to like your standard noodle. Tastes comparable. It's maybe a little bit chewier, but maybe I just needed to cook it a little bit longer. Should probably also just get a quick taste of what the pesto tastes like by itself. It's pretty good. All right. A little bit more lemony than I think, but I wasn't super careful on my measurements of the lemon, but I like it. So let's go ahead and try the full thing. Well, that's a lot of noodles, and I'm okay with that. All right, so a vision of the plated up pasta. It's pretty good. And it was a simple enough recipe. Definitely I could do it again. So 2 thumbs up on the pesto. It was a vegan pesto apparently. There's pesto that isn't vegan. You can make it with Parmesan, but I don't use Parmesan because Parmesan often has rennet in it, which has meat products. So anyhow, 2 thumbs up though on the vegan pesto.